snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackers? It's your boy Gage. This is Loading Snacks Weekly.
Yeah.
My man, K. K behind the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Coop on the couch.
Yo.
Jokes on the couch.
Yeah.
Hey, Jokes. Let's have a moment.
Let's have a moment.
Right? Awesome Con just happened.
Yes, it did.
I got it. You
it's all good. It's all
you
good.
gonna feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, just hold on. Awesome Con just passed.
Yep.
Right? We started putting out some of the interviews from Awesome Con. Definitely make sure that y'all are following on the YouTube. Check out the WordPress so y'all can see, some of those interviews. But new Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You introduced yourself.
Yeah.
As Jokes.
Yeah.
Is this a new thing? Is this it? Is that a...
I think this is going to be it.
Just
the
jokes.
reason why, don't get me wrong, I love New Joker. New Joker is going to be my gamer tag forever.
Okay.
When I talk to you sometimes, does New Joker just roll off the tongue real easy?
Nah. Absolutely not.
Sounds whack, actually.
Sir, your existence is whack. But...
Whoa!
But if we shorten it down to Jokes, which, I mean, for the most part,
it just rolls.
You guys all call me Jokes anyway.
I do.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that sticks.
Okay.
New wrestler name.
Jokes.
Jokes.
Just straight Jokes. Okay. I just wanted to establish that. I wanted to make sure that if I refer to him as New Joker and he says, no, sir.
Jokes.
Just Jokes. I just wanted to make sure that we were in the clear on that. Okay. So listen, how was Awesome Con?
Amazing.
Awesome.
Hey.
Awesome. That's should be what it is. Okay. So, my man.
Yes, sir.
Took a lot of pictures.
Not
like pictures you took, but like you
I was in
some
pictures.
Oh,
with some famous people. Yeah.
So you were in some pictures with some famous people.
Of
the famous people you took pictures with, which was your favorite?
Oh, yikes. So, you know what? Let's do this for the people. I'm gonna go through the list.
See, this sounds like he don't want to pick a favorite.
This is hard. This is hard. But I think I may know the answer already.
Before I give you my favorite.
Let me go through them.
Let me just run the list down. Okay, let's go.
So, first picture was with Stephen Amell, known as Oliver Queen, the Arrow, and Cress Williams, Black Lightning.
Okay.
Next, took a picture with Dave Bautista, Drax, and Michael Rooker, Yondu, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And the last one was with Finn himself. I don't know which one's my favorite picture.
John Boyega.
That was actually it was a pretty cool moment happening with that. But
a great moment, but which picture is the best? Which picture is the best?
You already know which one's my favorite. There's a difference between my favorite and which one's probably the best.
Okay, so which one's your favorite?
My favorite is with Stephen Amell and Cress Williams.
Sure. Which one's the best?
It's got to be my man John Boyega.
Okay. The picture itself is the best, or the moment was the best?
Both.
Okay. You want to expound on that?
So,
watch out. Words like expound.
I saw. I
confused you.
No, I dodged it. It hit me.
Watch out now.
With John Boyega, I took the picture with some friends of ours. H, I'm sure a lot of people you guys probably know what's going on. H, Bishop Cosplay.
Right.
And we actually, and of course, he was dressed up as King of Wakanda himself. So you know,
he was dressed as T'Chaka.
Yeah.
Still the king.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just.
So of course we did the Wakanda Forever.
Right.
And John Boyega jumped in with us as well too.
Right.
So as we were walking out, he comes up to H. He's like, hold up. I just need you to know something. We don't really do that in Africa.
Straight up.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
Funniest moment.
That was a good
funniest moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was all over the floor.
He was
all over the floor.
I actually ran into him one other time when I was actually, I was waiting for someone. I don't remember who I was waiting for. And there's like, over by where the photo area is, everything is like blacked off with like black curtains and everything. But there's like, you can tell there's like that one entrance that everyone goes in and comes out. So as I was just sitting there waiting on
back there.
You don't know what's going on back there. I was on my phone just chilling. Out comes John Boyega with his army of security with him. And you know, the cool thing was, he's walking past, just gave him the head nod. You see him walk, gave him the head nod. He turned over and he nodded back.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah. I dig it.
Some others didn't do that.
I believe.
I won't go into that.
Hey, didn't you say Stephen Amell ran up on you though?
Yes.
In the streets.
Now this. So
he said like he owed him money.
Yeah.
So me and my girlfriend had just went. We got food. So walked a couple blocks, got some food, walking back. So I had on my Stephen Amell hoodie. For the people at home, my F Cancer shirt. We
Right.
My F Cancer hoodie. And as we were walking back, I have soda in my hand. I got pizza in the other hand. All of a sudden, I see this figure just running out of nowhere, and I'm like, what in the world's going on? But then for a second, I was saying to myself, wait a minute, isn't that? And before I could finish that statement, just comes up to me and is like, hey, that's an awesome hoodie that you have on there, and it was Stephen Amell.
That's dope.
And the thing was, wherever he saw me from, he just zipped and ran straight to me, and then just walked back off. Like.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's a good moment.
That was probably my favorite, best moment that's happened at Awesome Con.
So I heard that didn't really happen.
That did happen.
I saw in the comments that didn't really happen.
That most
like,
definitely
you couldn't
happened.
prove it. Like, nobody took a picture.
You know what?
Nobody was there. That's what I heard. Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Well,
somebody said. Somebody said that didn't
So
really
you know what?
happen.
You can take that over with my girlfriend, because she was most definitely there.
Okay.
You gonna call her a liar?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Okay, so Awesome Con was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We had a great time. Met a lot of great people, as we normally do, right? Saw a lot of old friends, old faces and stuff like that. Met some new ones.
Yeah.
So awesome. But we're in a new week.
New week now.
Yeah.
And some new things have happened. And I want to speak on some things of importance.
Let's get into it.
Uh-oh.
Spider-Man.
I knew it.
You don't know. 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 Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 has finally got a release date. What's the day?
September 7th.
September 7th. AKA day off. Listen, I have an issue.
Uh-oh.
We've discussed this slightly before, okay? Have the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Have to have Spider-Man. Have to.
Okay.
Okay?
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Don't have a PS4 Pro.
Mm.
Do have a 4K TV. Do have an Xbox One X. God of War is coming out in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
Don't
you're
remember.
having my suspicion of what I was thinking.
With a special edition PS4 Pro.
Don't remind me.
Now, my issue was, do I trade in the PS4, get the God of War PS4 Pro, right? So I can play God of War in 4K,
Yep.
right?
Or
do I wait for them to inevitably announce a Spider-Man PS4 Pro?
You know it's gonna happen.
sounds like you're having a predicament.
Now wait. Does the fact that they have announced the game, the pre-order bonuses, the special edition with the statue and so forth, the hard steel back case, the PS4 theme, all of that, and no PS4 Pro, does that mean it's not going to happen? Do I need to pull the trigger now,
Well,
or do I wait?
there is a big difference between God of War being one of the most known games
say
for
that to
play. Well, no, it is a known game for PlayStation. It's been there since PlayStation 2. It's one of their staple games. So of course they would make one for that.
Sure.
Not to say that they wouldn't make one for Spider-Man, but it kind of makes more
PlayStation
sense
3
to have it.
came with Spider-Man on Blu-ray.
That is true.
They used the Spider-Man font for the
They
PlayStation 3 logo.
They did.
Spider-Man, even though he's in the MCU now,
Sony.
is still a Sony character, which is why, as far as I'm concerned, it's not coming out on... Because if it was coming out on Xbox, we wouldn't even be talking about
Nope.
it.
It's like, I'm good.
We
I'm
wouldn't be talking
good.
about this at all. Seriously.
This is funny because it's like, skip first topic. It's like,
So, I'm excited about God of War. And I haven't been excited about a God of War since the first one. I'm just saying, what?
look, God of War is my favorite game of
The
all
first
time.
God of War.
Every last one of them.
They can't all be your favorite game
Gotta
of
pick
all
one.
time. Like
Okay,
your
favorite franchise?
series?
Yes.
My favorite franchise of all time, favorite game is number 3. Number 3 is brutal. You just killing gods like just as nut. Look, I won't get into it right now, but
I mean, okay, okay,
That's good.
cool. However, he ain't no Spider-Man.
he is not a Spider-Man.
He's not. He's not as well known, and he's nowhere near as important. So, let's move on. Do I? Ain't no God of War.
He's trying to fit. I got him. Nope.
Listen. So the dilemma really is: do I wait and see if they put one out? We talked about this.
We have.
On our other listen. So we do a podcast with Pop Culture Uncovered. Once a month, we do a gaming podcast crossover with them. We talked about this, but we didn't have a date then.
Right.
Now I have a date. The issue is they didn't announce the system.
Right. And they didn't do that because they didn't so God of War. It took them how long before we already knew God of War was coming.
We did, and we had a date,
We had the date.
but they didn't announce
They
the
didn't announce the
system
console.
until like a month or so ago.
Now you know another one
I
that
wanna
did
say.
do that as well too. Batman, Arkham Knight, the last one. Because originally I pre-ordered. Well, I ended up getting both anyway. But I pre-ordered the collector's edition that had a statue in it because that dropped first. Then maybe a month later, then they announced the console.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they want to get past the release of God of War, the
to see
console,
how
before they I think we wouldn't get an announcement like that until E3.
I agree.
That's like 2 months out with June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
That's so far away.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's the thing. If I wait, right, to get the PS4 Pro, because if E3 comes and goes and they don't announce it, I'm just gonna assume they're not going to. It's not happening, right? So that's fine. But the question is, do I play God of War anyway without 4K? Knowing that I'm getting it no later than just after E3 if they don't announce it by E3. Or do I wait to play God of War so I get it in the full fidelity?
I would want to get the full fidelity. I do want to do that. So, honestly,
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know if it's actually really coming out on PS4 for you to wait. I say
wait,
What?
what?
What's coming out?
No, if the PS4 comes out in the Spider-Man version.
Right.
All right,
I
right.
feel you.
That's
Right.
And that's what I feel too. I think you probably should pull the trigger. Now, at the end of the day, you could probably
Pull
just
the
sell
trigger on the Pro or
on
pull
the-
the trigger on the God. The God of War is getting got. Like that's
no, the PS4 Pro God of War Special
I should
Edition.
get the, I don't even think it's that good looking. It's probably the best looking PS4 Pro.
Of them, there's only one, the regular one.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, the
I
special edition PlayStations have
say
been
you-
whacked.
I say
for
you get
real.
it.
You say I do the
I
God of War
say you
joint
do the God of War.
as the God of War fanatic.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's it may be a little.
And then
biased
what?
in
And then
that.
what? And so what? And so what? And so then if they announce a Spider-Man joint, sell that joint to you,
There you
the
go.
God of War joint to you,
There you go.
and
I may
then
do that. I may actually get it from you. We're gonna have a conversation later too. Speaking of buying stuff, 'cause I said I was gonna buy some stuff from you that you told some other people that you're gonna sell online. We'll talk about that later.
Well, they give me an offer,
you've
so
been called out, sir, in front of all the people. Hey, listen, y'all tell me what you think I should do. I mean, they've spoken. You say do it.
Mm-hmm.
You say do it.
of course I say do it.
Yeah, that's not.
That doesn't work.
Do I really count?
Nah,
it's
not
not
really, bro. Not really, bro. I don't want I don't want to be that guy. Listen, okay, look, okay. Y'all let me know what should happen. Should I do it? I need to know soon because that's happening very soon.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, have you played Far Cry 5 yet?
No, I have not.
Have you played Far Cry 5 yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, guess what I did.
You play Far Cry 5?
My man! Hey, listen, look, real talk. I don't know. I'm not normally. It's something about Far Cry. For some reason, I buy it every time it comes out.
But you don't play it.
I play the
You don't-
beginning, and I just be like, eh.
See, that's how I was, and I
get-
stopped buying it after 3.
Yeah, I think I bought 3.
Well, see, the first 2 didn't mean anything to me.
3 is when they had like that epic trailer on E3.
4,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So 3 and 4 and Blood Dragon and Primal.
Mm-hmm.
And now 5, right? And the thing was, I wasn't going to get 5. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait. And then the day came and it dropped. And I looked at my timeline and I saw all the people playing. I was like,
You couldn't resist.
co-op. Like, you know what? I'm just going to pull the trigger. Let's jump in and see what it is. I am enjoying the snot out of this game right now. Like, I just like the way it's set up. I like the way this game is set up better than other Far Cry's. Just
Okay.
the way the map is set up, the way it's open, the things you can do from the beginning. It just feels like you have a little bit more freedom. And I think one of my biggest issues with Far Cry is that I feel like Far Cry lies to you in all of its... in every single Far Cry, in all of their ad materials, their advertising materials, I feel like they lie to you. I feel like they make you feel like it's more like a Rainbow Six. Like, if they make it seem like a stealthy, tactical shooter kind of a thing or whatever with the shotguns and the sniper rifles, and yes, there's animals and stuff like that, but they never really get into, like, the special abilities that you have. Like, there's always some kind of magic. You have these abilities or whatever in Far Cry that just seem...
way left field from
from like the way the advertising and any of that kind of stuff goes, and I don't know, there's something
I learned
about
that from the third one, when it was like towards the end of the game, there was like some mythical power that came about and everything, and I was like, this was not what I thought it was.
And see, that's why I didn't like 300.
Oh.
Now, I know everybody else has issues generally when I say that, but 300 was built to, like, I didn't see 300 in the theater.
Okay.
Right? But, like, literally, people were coming to work going, "This is Sparta!" We were, like, amping that joint up, right? So, literally, right, bought my first 120 hertz television. Joint looked like real life, you know, whatever.
Smooth
Bought
shit.
my straight up HD DVD player.
You know about those?
Bought my HD DVD player. Bought my
360
copy.
then.
Yeah, I got one of them. Bought my copy of 300. Like, this is going to be the very first film I experience in full HD, in the HD player, on this new 120 hertz 1080p TV. And I sat down and watched it, and it was gorgeous. It sounded phenomenal. And then there was like demons and stuff. And I was like, man, this ain't no army picture. This isn't about the 300 soldiers standing guard against all the other soldiers. This cat's like disappearing and giants and like nipple piercings and stuff in this joint. Like, this is not like, you know, that moment when he kicked Slim down the well, that was a big ass well too.
Like, why is this there? Like,
It's just there.
So dangerous, all them kids running around that well.
That's like a Family Guy question. Like Family Guy moment you have on it. Why do you have this hole just right there in this little place right
When
here?
you got abs like that, can't fall down the well. That's how it works. Abs like that can't fall in the well. That's what, you know.
Hey.
Listen, so that's kind of what ruined 300 for me. Like, the expectation of what 300 and what I thought it was going to be versus what it ended up being is kind of how I feel about Far Cry.
I feel sorry for you.
I don't care.
No, like, no, I'm sorry for that moment that you've had.
Oh, did they ruined it?
Yeah, like, that's terrible.
People built it up to be so hype. So hype.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this joint has... Why are there demons? Why is that happening?
Because
like,
my first experience was with a Blu-ray when I had bought my PlayStation 3, and they gave me The Fifth Element. I was like, this is the greatest movie all over again.
See, that's awesome. Right? Nah, but, you know, 300, I could just take it out, put in something else.
Right? Yeah.
You know, you just watch something else, it's good, it's okay. I had Peter Jackson's King Kong or something. You know what I mean? Or
That
whatever.
came with it if I remember right.
Yeah. So, anyway, Far Cry 5 so far is pretty awesome. Okay? I'm enjoying it. I have not played the co-op yet.
Okay.
I have been in a party with other people playing co-op and have listened to the antics.
Sounds good.
Very much so. But I haven't done that yet. So I still do need to do that, but I recommend it. Like, if
Okay.
like I am actually going out and recommending that.
Okay.
What I want to do now is I want to take a quick break. We're gonna come back and talk a little bit of wrestling. Is that cool? You like wrestling?
I
You
do.
okay with that?
I'm fine.
Okay, can we take a break?
Oh,
What? All right. All right. We'll be right back.
Loading snacks.
And we are back, snackers and snackers.
Hey.
I said we're gonna talk about wrestling.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah.
want to talk a lot about wrestling.
Oh.
We're not overdoing it, okay? Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, WrestleMania is coming.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is, that's cool. But what I want to talk about is I saw an article talking about Triple H introducing a new belt for NXT.
Yes.
Okay, so look, what is NXT? It's not WWE.
It's not WWE. So
It's owned by WWE.
it's owned by WWE. So
Right.
the way you can see it is, I don't want to necessarily say the developmental league, but you could think of it that way. They start there, get their feet wet, get known a little bit, win the title, win a title, and then the hope is to be promoted and go up to the main roster.
Can you not get promoted to the main roster if you don't win a title in NXT?
No, that is definitely not the case, because there's
Okay.
most definitely people that haven't gotten a title that have moved up to the main roster.
Okay.
So,
So it's not, there's no like prerequisite exactly for what, like you can't be like, oh yeah, he met such and such amount of whatever, and so
nah, because there's definitely people like, I mean, for the most part, everyone's gotten the title that's movable, but there's been individuals that have just had title matches and necessarily didn't win
but then made it.
and then moved up to the main roster.
I mean that's cool, but like if you don't get a title or you don't get a title match, you ain't moving up.
Nah, not
All
necessarily.
right, okay. D League. Okay, so NXT. How many belts are there in NXT?
So right now we have, of course, the NXT Championship, the Women's Championship,
Okay.
the Tag Team Champions,
Okay.
and of course now the new North American belt.
The North American belt. What does that mean?
So going off of old school, you're pretty much the champion of North America.
Woo! What does that mean?
So
This is my only issue. Look, we all know, like, I have a firm stance that wrestling's the only real sport left. I have that firm stance. Fight me later. But, I mean, you know exactly what you're getting when you decide you're going to watch
Right.
pro wrestling. Okay, that's my point. Sure, but whatever. So, but the belts, I know having a belt is a big deal. But the title of the belt doesn't really seem to mean anything
thing as
anymore.
much, because there was a time, like let's take it back. European Championship.
Right.
Beforehand, they mostly would only defend, or their title was only defended whenever they would go overseas, and it would get defended on European soil.
Right.
Same thing with the Intercontinental belt.
But that also meant that you had very few opportunities
Right.
to lose that belt
True.
or to win that belt.
And then that's when they started just, hey, you're going to defend the European title on Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view, whatever it was. And then they kind of just disappeared and went away.
Intercontinental's gone.
No, Intercontinental's still there. The
European's gone.
European's
okay,
gone.
Intercontinental's there.
So we still have the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title.
Okay.
Now,
So the North American Championship for NXT. What do you think that actually, like, what do you think from a monetary standpoint or like a business standpoint? Like, why did they do this? What do you think the move is? What do you think it's about?
couple things. So definitely from a monetary standpoint, you make a title belt, people gonna buy it. They're gonna make that replica. They're gonna sell it.
Okay.
They're gonna buy it.
It's
but
red.
It's red. I do like that. It's a little bit of a vintage, old school feel, which I do like of it. I feel as though it doesn't necessarily fit in with the other NXT belts, because if you look at all the rest of them actually have NXT on them, straight up, right in your face.
You think they're gonna change the rest of them?
Possibility.
Because then everybody got to buy new ones of those, right? You know
True.
what I mean?
Now they just recently changed the NXT titles. I mean, within the last.
I don't follow wrestling. I just see things happening, and then
He
I
just
ask
sees
him.
things. And
That's
just
what that, yeah.
but yeah, it hasn't even been a year since they've changed
Okay.
the belts. Last time, no, don't get me wrong. Who knows? They may decide to change the belts again.
Okay.
But I think this way.
Is it something that maybe is in that was designed to help bring more people over to, like, I just
Not necessarily bring more people to NXT.
no,
but
I mean bring more people from NXT into the WWE, because Clearly,
Just
if you
another
have
belt.
if there's another belt to go for,
I do think that.
has it gotten to the point where their roster has expanded to the point where
The rosters for NXT is pretty big.
so they need to have
so
another
they need
belt?
to have another belt on there. Because, I mean, the thing is, you
Okay.
can't have, well, you could, but you don't want to have 10 or 15 guys just vying to try to get the NXT title.
Right.
I don't think everyone is that caliber as of yet, but this would be that, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to slap this belt on you. Let's see what you can do running as this North American champion, and then let's see if we can get you to that point where you get the NXT title.
So having announced a new belt, how do they decide who gets the belt first? What's going
we got a match.
Okay.
Got
There
my
is a
list.
match.
I got to have everybody's names on here.
Okay, that's cool. Just give me the list. What we
Adam
talking?
Cole.
I don't know. I'm not gonna know any of these people. Go ahead.
You may know one. No, I'm not. No, you won't. EC3, Ethan Carter III, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, Killing Dane, and Ricochet.
I thought I would get one.
No, you wouldn't. You
Nah,
wouldn't.
dog. They're not even good rap names. They definitely not good rap
Now-
names. Like they not even Ricochet maybe.
A couple of them.
I bounce back.
Couple of them.
Back.
Very popular. These guys. A couple of them.
One to joint. Go ahead.
Very popular in the indie scene.
Okay.
Adam Cole.
Okay.
And Ricochet.
Okay.
Ricochet has been in Japan for a long time.
Okay.
And has made his mark in Japan.
Did he hold a belt in Japan?
I believe he was a tag champion, and I believe he had the junior heavyweight belt at one point.
He's been a belt holder.
Adam
Who do
Cole.
you think takes the belt?
It's going to be between one of the two of them. I'm probably going to say Adam Cole.
Is it what is it? Six? Was that 5 people?
6. Oh, it's a ladder match too. Excuse me, I forgot. I meant the ladder.
So it is a 6-man ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gets up to the ladder, grabs it down,
They the
is
champion.
the champ.
Nah, these hardcore like people like when I think ladder match, I think TLC, I think Jeff Hardy, like,
And all of them?
Yeah.
So clearly you don't know this dude Ricochet.
Speaking of these Hardy Boys, and this rigmarole that went down like 2 weeks ago at the Hardy compound, we not getting into that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But obviously you know this is Ricochet. For ladder,
No.
he's gonna fly in that a lot. Now the one person that's also in this match that I really think could possibly come out is Velveteen Dream.
And this is at WrestleMania, right?
This will be on NXT Takeover. So this is on Saturday.
This is their event before the Sunday of WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Got it.
So literally
It's their WrestleMania.
this week is
It's baby WrestleMania.
Man.
D-League.
Here's the problem. No, because I will tell you this: NXT Takeover be giving WrestleMania some problems. I don't get any of the pay-per-view some problems because they put on 5-star matches in this, and then sometimes the pay-per-view can't hang up when it comes time for the main one. It's crazy to think that,
I dig it.
but they put out.
Okay.
They put out.
I like my girls. So listen.
You heard
say
that?
I'm learning so
I
much.
didn't say that. Yeah, that's enough.
Flashy thing?
That's
Flashy thing?
Yeah.
You don't remember?
Forget all of that. Forget all of that. Okay. So there's a new belt. Okay. Right before WrestleMania, we're gonna get a new North American champion for the first time. Somebody
time.
will make history.
Making history. The
first
verse.
ever NXT North American champion. I'm looking forward to you coming back and telling us who that was.
I hope it's
I'm
Ricochet.
I'm not
You
watching.
hope it's Ricochet?
I hope it's Ricochet.
Actually,
I hope it's Adam Blue. What his name was?
Adam Cole. Get it right.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby!
I hope it's Adam Cole.
But what I want you to do, sir, I have a homework assignment for you. I need you to go look up Ricochet.
I will.
And I need you to just watch maybe like 2 of his matches.
I will do that.
All right.
We're going to hold him to that?
Yeah, that's cool. So listen, you came to me, you said, Gage, I have an issue.
Mhm.
I said, talk to me, dog. What's the problem? No, wait, save it for the show. So look, what's going on? What's going on? What are we at? What's the problem?
I am not happy with the new Jumanji movie.
Okay.
As far as it being a kids movie or a kids remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
It's not a bad movie. It's actually pretty funny. But for my 5-year-old to see it, I didn't think that was cool. Because Jumanji was a kid's movie when it came out, you know? And
Sure.
I was thinking like, oh, they redid it. I can watch it with my son.
There's no kids in this movie.
Yeah, they're teenagers. They're
They're in high school, right?
yeah, they are in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does
but
Kevin Hart have any kids movies? What's
Yeah.
the rating? What's the rating for this movie?
PG-13.
That's what I was going to say. It has to be.
All right, so hold on. Let's walk this walk.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Okay. You're upset with Jumanji
Mm-hmm.
that has a PG-13 rating because you felt like it wasn't appropriate for your 5-year-old whom you let watch it.
Look, my 5-year-old has watched all the Marvel movies, and they are all PG-13.
Listen, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. It's not the point. It's not the point.
Is that the point?
It's not the point.
Is that the point?
Not the point.
Thank you. Thank you, Kay. It's not the point. The movie's PG-13. You can't be mad at a PG-13 movie. Now, you can be mad that they put it out and made it PG-13, right? Instead of being like, we need to make sure that Jumanji is a PG movie. But it wasn't. It was PG-13, and you know it's PG-13. Like, half the time I'll be like,
But I thought it was
like
like acceptable PG-13.
Hold on,
Because it's
I thought it was 5-year-old.
Wait.
I didn't think it was 13-year-old.
Kevin Hart is in it.
Kevin Hart makes kids movies.
What?
Captain Underpants.
He wasn't like...
He's the main character.
I don't know.
I've seen it. I got a 5-year-old, like I said.
But here's
He's
the
the main
difference.
Right,
It's
but
Captain...
no, that's
Okay.
not the difference. What's the rating on Captain Underpants?
PG.
That's called math. That's called math.
Wait.
That's
I'm
math.
Did you
thinking...
pass math?
I did pass math. I'm thinking... Shut
A
up.
long time ago.
I'm thinking a movie called Jumanji that's supposed to be based off a kid's movie would still keep it a little... And look, I'm not
Did
saying
you
like...
see Zathura?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
PG.
But they talk about dicks in it.
Yeah.
Like the little boy, like in the very beginning of the movie, one of the words that comes out of it, he's like 5.
Mhm.
And I was like, what? Can't say that. I remember being upset having my kids watch that movie and being like, wow, that little boy really just said that in this PG movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
I had a right to be upset about that.
I don't have a right to be upset.
No, it's PG-13.
And I'm not saying this movie is grotesque or anything like that, but I mean, you got a dude playing a chick and talking about his penis, and then that awkward kiss scene and everything. I just didn't. It wasn't like fully bad, you know. But my son had questions.
It
and
just
I was
wasn't for a
like,
5-year-old.
It was not for a 5-year-old.
AKA
Look,
PG-13.
Look, movies have been.
Parental guidance even for your 13-year-olds?
Look, damn it. Okay, I thought it would be okay because he watches.
So here's the thing. You're supposed to vet the movie before you have him watch it. That's how it works. That's
That
what
is
parental
true.
guidance means.
That is very true.
Right? Even PG means parental guidance. That means there might be some things in here you don't want your kid to see. It's not G for general audiences. It's parental guidance suggested. This is parental guidance 13. This is even if your kid's 13, you might want to be easy about this.
And the funny thing about that, because the same thing happened to me when I was younger, when RoboCop happened.
Which was rated
That was
R.
hard. Jeez.
But they had toys merchandise. So
Absolutely.
I was like, all right. And then my mom was like, you can't watch this movie.
Right.
I'm like, why not? They got toys for it. There's
They
a
had
cartoon
a
for
cartoon.
it. Why can't I watch the RoboCop movie?
Because the movie wasn't for
Nope.
you, but the cartoon was.
Cartoon sure enough was.
I think
Listen,
the marketing was messed up for
very,
that movie.
Listen, you right. The very first rated R movie I ever saw in the theater was RoboCop. I wanted to see it. My father took me to see it. I never had nightmares. I thought that dude's gun was the best gun I ever seen in my life, right? But there was that one scene with the acid with the dude walking across and he got hit, and they did shoot my man to pieces.
Pieces.
I didn't have anything to
Pieces.
see in that gun. I didn't, but I could handle it because you know, like in like the late '80s, movies was different. I still shouldn't have seen it, but he took me.
Look,
He
there's a lot of
chose
movies I
his
shouldn't have
guidance.
seen as a child. I saw South Park when it came out in theaters.
Yeah, you shouldn't have.
I should
Man,
have.
you took what they tried to do in the movie. Like, you can't see this movie.
Well, my uncle was a huge South Park fan. My mom knew nothing about the movie. She just knew that my uncle liked cartoons, just like me. So we went to the theater to see it.
Boy!
For some reason, I stayed. We did not leave. She was like, "Don't tell your father."
Right.
And we just
Your
had the
mouth
movie.
probably went on.
Oh yeah. I went to school the next day.
Probably hit the
Listen, bruh. Listen, I get it. I feel like your actual complaint is that the original Jumanji was more for kids and this one wasn't.
Yeah.
And you decided to go against the rating.
And so, you know what?
So you know, like, this is the thing. Like, you don't really get to be mad at Jumanji. Like, you made a mistake. You should have checked it first.
Coop made a mistake.
Imagine that. I'm just saying, like, Kay,
Yeah.
as a parent. I mean, right? You vet the movie first. That's what you do. You don't, listen, your son has questions? Then parentally guide him because you let him watch it.
The PG.
That's what I'm just
Your
saying,
son has
PG,
questions, you have answers.
That's
Look,
that's how it works.
I just wasn't expecting, although the rating was PG-13, I was expecting the childhood movie I grew up with could
the
do.
Robin Williams.
Nah.
Which, by the way, Robin Williams got plenty of movies that ain't PG, right? But this
Very
is
true.
not. But that was Kirsten Dunst, little Kirsten Dunst,
Yeah.
right? Like, it was a different time. It was a different movie, and this is a different version. It's not a new version of it. It's a continuation, right? Like, this
Right.
is technically
It's a
a
whole new
sequel, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times now, more than what they did back then, movies have a tendency to kind of have double entendre, right? Where there's like comedy that's for the parent that's watching, that also goes along with the kid that's watching, where some of that's supposed to fly over the kid's head.
I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm a strict parent to my son, you know, and like, you know, there was a few things that were said, and you
Right.
might think it's not that bad, but I mean, he is 5. But then again, he did also see Batman Returns, and that's a pretty dark movie.
Sure.
But
He didn't have questions.
Huh?
He didn't have questions about
no,
it.
because it was Batman, and he
Sure. Sure. Batman beats people up. People got beat up. I already know.
end.
You know what I mean? But like, my 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old, is still upset with me because I won't let her watch Deadpool. And now there's all this hype around Deadpool 2.
Makes all
And I'm
sense.
like, I'm amped. Like, X-Force! Oh! I'm amped. Shatterstar! Like, I'm ready. Like,
Can I see the
Cannonball.
first one?
Nah, Slim, you're not seeing this either.
I need to see the first one.
She sees all the Marvel films. She sees all the X-Men joints. All of that. That's the thing we do. Now, Deadpool, and I did let her see Logan after I watched it. I watched it. I checked it. I vetted it. We watched it at home after it came out on video. She didn't see it in the theater. She was mad at me for that too. Right?
I was there with you. I remember you saying
I'm just saying. I covered her eyes at the part I felt like she didn't need to see.
Okay.
And the rest of it, like the violence, wasn't an issue for me. But she cried her eyes out multiple times in that movie. It was good though.
Yeah, I mean,
She
it's,
loved it.
It's,
I vetted it though,
it's
and it
move-
was rated R.
Yeah, it's move on to different things, video games. He plays Arkham Knight with me, and he's
Sure.
But that's getting a little out of control as well too, because you know he'll fight. I'm gonna kill this bad guy, and he punch him. I was like, whoa, hold on a second.
But you know, he also always be trying to go with you like that.
Oh yeah,
Like everything is about, you know, he got testosterone levels
it's a
kicking in.
competition thing. He wants to beat daddy, but it
Right.
won't happen. You got to earn that. So just
Yeah. New Joker said he beats you all the time.
I don't know.
You were supposed to go, he calls me daddy too. See, that would have been it. That would have been it. But you didn't do it. You missed it. So listen, on that note, I want y'all to know, right?
Happy you did
April 14th, Saturday, April 14th, there's something going down at the Power Plant Live. So if you are local to the DMV, Baltimore area, the Power Plant Live is going down, Nerdpocalypse, and we are hosting the Life of a Cosplayer panel there. So by all means, come check that out. Go to Facebook, look at the event, Nerdpocalypse. You type it in, you'll find it. And go ahead and pick up your tickets now, because it's going to be dope. It's essentially a superhero bar crawl.
Yeah.
That's
Enough said.
that.
That's enough said.
Yeah, with panels. So kind of like imagine a Comic-Con with alcohol.
Who?
Is that?
So
Yeah.
manifest.
Sure.
Hey,
Sure. Without games. Like, yeah. So like definitely check that out. Do us a favor. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. hit the ding-a-ling bell. We ain't
The
coming with
ding-a-ling
new names,
bell.
So you gotta hit the ding-a-ling bell, right? So that you get the notifications every time a new video pops for us. And make sure you're tuning in to all our content, checking out our WordPress page, because again, we do have a lot of stuff that's coming, right? K just uploaded a bunch of videos for AwesomeCon, so they'll be coming live to you soon. With that, I think it's time to close it out.
Wrap it up.
Feel good about it. We got some new artwork on the wall. We put some stuff up for some dope people. So make sure y'all checking the Instagram for that, because we are posting it there so y'all can see that. Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right, with that, we out. Toodles and loos.
Loading snacks.